Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team's currently excavating the Soft-Key Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 124. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now without further ado, let's get started. First up, Brendan of RetroSwim has dug up WINGAMES /GG/MEDWAR. Okay, let's see what we got here. GG and MEDWAR. Where is MEDWAR? There is MEDWAR. So it probably stands for Medieval War, I'm going to guess. There's a setup folder, install, and the MEDWAR exe, as well as a readme.txt. Medieval War 1.5. Called it. Welcome to the world of Medieval War. This readme.txt file contains information on how to install the program, playing the game, and registration. Please remember that this program runs under Microsoft Windows 3.1 or equivalent. Okay, I find this hilarious. Installing Medieval War is extremely easy. Just follow these 6 freaking steps. Which includes having to manually input prompts. Oh my goodness. How about just include an installer and just be like, step 1, run the installer. Boom, done. Okay, so we have the actual instructions here. Playing the game. Medieval War is played on a grid of variable size depending on the scenario. There are various islands throughout the grid with cities, forests, and mountains. You and your opponents, computer or human, start the game with 1 city each. Object of the game is to build up your forces and capture cities until you are strong enough to attack the other players. To win the game, you must capture all of your opponent's cities and destroy all of your opponent's pieces or force all of your opponents to surrender. This is one of the loudest trains I've seen in a while. Okay, so this is weird. First of all, whoever's made this, this Burnham Park software, they're charging $30 for this software. So this had better be an extremely good game. Though from what I've read, it looks like it's a fairly competent strategy game, but we'll see. But here's the interesting part. It says here $40 for the Game Maker version. So I'm guessing that's not like the Game Maker that I covered on Ancient DOS Games to end out the year, but rather some other Windows Game Maker thing. Especially given the fact that what he's saying here basically is that the Game Maker version is basically the files necessary to open it in Game Maker. So you would still need Game Maker itself to use the Game Maker version. Though I would guess it would probably come with the executable too, just in case, but still, that's a lot of money. So let's see if this program actually lives up to the standard. Okay, so Medieval War version 1.5. Apparently by Mark Brownstein. Or Mark Brownstein? Stain? I can never tell with that combination of letters because everybody pronounces it differently. Also, it seems to be keeping track of how much time I've been using it for. That's unsettling. But anyways, so I got a fairly competent little map here. It does indeed support different window sizes from the looks of it. And it will put a scroll bar in place if necessary. Okay, so that's a decent way to start. Even though it doesn't change the size of the graphics, it does incorporate scroll bars when necessary. Okay. Autosave, sound, grid. Well, we can turn the grid lines off. No idea what center does, but we might find out. Got world map. Well, that's weird. There's a separate game and scenario menus. So option, hide map, hide pieces. Play by mail? What? Okay. This might be a lot more complicated than I expected. Okay, so we can set up the players here. So player 1 will be me. In-game, I am human. And player 2, we'll just call him Compy. Because why not? Not sure what this is for. What's the help say? And I like that it actually did bring me to this screen properly. But... well, it doesn't scroll. Maybe it's not supposed to. Strength level? Determines the strength level of a player. The strength level is a value from 0 to 23. Establishes how strong a player will be relative to other players in the game. And look at this. It's like every point up is like some kind of additional bonus. As opposed to like a linear increase of something. Man, that's complicated. So suffice to say, the computer's going to be 0, and I'm going to be 23 because I suck at strategy games. Okay. Anything else we got to set up here? Pieces. Wow, there's a lot of different kinds of units. Oh boy. And we can actually turn them, set whether they're in-game or not, or whether they're capable of capturing a city. Okay, that's important to know. Light infantry can capture a city, light cavalry can capture a city. And that's it. Unless we change the options. There's also a more button. You can even adjust the different stats of every single piece. Okay, that $30 price tag is starting to get a little more justified here, because this is looking like pretty in-depth software for a strategy game here. Okay, let's actually try playing this. So, new game. Enter city name. Yeah, I'll just go with that. Build piece. The help actually recommended starting with light infantry, just from nature of the fact that they can take over stuff. So, yeah, we'll build some light infantry. Beginning turn number 1. Beginning turn number 2. I guess I couldn't do anything. Beginning turn number 3. Oh, there we go. I can actually do stuff now. So that's my light infantry. Has apparently 6 moves it can make. And I'm going to guess if we look at the... oh wow, look at all the options now. You can form alliances, non-aggression pacts, declare war, send messages to other... wow. Yeah, there are a lot of potentials here. So let's see, how do we actually move... oh. We just set how far to move like this? So can I just go like that? Enter city name. What the... did I just accidentally capture a city without even meaning to? I totally did. I ran into this city here and apparently auto-captured it. Because that was in the, that was in the help there. That raising your strength level actually made it possible to auto-capture stuff, I believe. It still has 2 move points left from the looks of it. Yeah, so we took another place. Let's actually start making some other kinds of stuff. Let's do, heavy cavalry. Take a few turns, but... and we also still have our light infantry there. So I'm going to guess we should probably build something to actually get off this island. So I'm wondering how we do that. Let's actually go up to cities here. Let's go over to our little wash town here. And we need to build something to get us across the islands. What would that even be? Oh, galleons, of course. Takes 4 turns for a heavy galleon. Oh, but it's actually saying that the specialty of the place that we're in, the city here, is heavy cavalry. Interesting. So the specialty of this place is guards, and the specialty of this place is also guards. Okay, so I'm going to do the heavy galleon here. And then we'll do the heavy cavalry here. And then this can go to light infantry. There's our first heavy cavalry. And our galleon. Oh, board, unboard. that work? I don't know. Okay, so I've actually been at this for a bit here. This is definitely a really in-depth strategy game from the looks of it. I'm not entirely... Like, if I continue playing this, chances are I'm going to lose, even though I've got, like, all the strength points compared to my opponent, but... Yeah, this looks like it has a lot of depth to it. So, for a $30 game, which undoubtedly included, like... You can even print the maps? Whoa. Yeah, this game was definitely deserving of its $30 price tag from the looks of it. But because it's one of these strategy games with a huge sort of quantity of things to do and stuff to keep track of, this would definitely be for a very particular kind of player. Okay, before we continue further, we had a 3-person failed team dig here. WINGAMES /WC /ULTIMA. Dug up by Matthew Belshin, Michael Madsen, and Brendan of RetroSwim. And this one failed for a very annoying reason. Ultima 21 Blackjack for Windows. Yeah, this is absolutely not the Ultima we're thinking of. This is actually a pretty big README file, as you can see here. Like, it's really freaking big. Anyways, let's actually run this thing. Whoa, that was a lot of stuff that happened really quickly. Also, my mouse cursor suddenly disappeared. I think it's busted. Hang on a second. Yeah, this is totally frozen. I'm gonna have to restart DOSBox and see if maybe there was something that made this malfunction or something? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try running a lower cycles count, see if maybe that fixes things. So it does its initializing, and it's frozen again. Okay, I don't know what to do. You would think that something like this isn't gonna freeze Windows or lock things up, but seriously, absolutely nothing works. Alt F4, Alt Tab, well, Alt Tab just puts me back in Windows 10 because I'm running the emulation through there, but none of the keys work, Escape's not working. Yeah, I got nothing. So, I guess this is a failed dig. Just unfortunate, because it looked like there was a lot of game here. But, not if it's not going to work. And we still can't make any progress because Michael Madsen had their own failed dig. WINGAMES /card /canasta. And you might be thinking, well, how is a canasta game going to be a failed dig? Oh. Well, isn't that kind of a big deal? We can't play it. It says it's corrupted. Oh, geez. How many... Okie dokie. So, yeah, it looks like this game's totally messed up. How does it even know that? Why does it even say that? That's just weird. Anyways, let me go dig something else up from Michael Madsen here. Michael Madsen's successful dig is WINGAMES /comp /MJBB110. Or, sorry, 10. By the way, something I just want to quickly point out. There's this comp folder here that has all these different folders inside of it. You may have noticed, though, that there's a comp2 folder here, but I don't have a comp2 folder listed on the directory structure on my website. And there's actually a pretty good reason for that. It's freaking empty! I'm dead serious. They put a folder here that's empty. Why? Anyways. So, what have we got instead here? MJBB10. Got a README. Oh, it looks like some kind of Mahjong thing. Fair enough. MJReadme.txt. Copyright very low in 1995. You're copywriting your readme.txt. Okay, then. So yeah, it just seems to be a game called Mahjong for Windows. Doesn't really show much information other than installation details here. So I'm guessing the help file will have more stuff. Mahjong. That is super tiny. So let's see here. Welcome. Welcome to Mahjong, Game of the Four Winds, an oriental game of chance and calculation, divine beauty, and earthly greed. Mysticism and mortality. A game that is as old as memories or as young as the sunrise. A game of wisdom and of luck. A game easy to play but difficult to master. So before we continue saying all of this, let's just remember that there's a couple forms of Mahjong that I'm aware of. One is the form that the average person is familiar with, where you have all of these different tiles laid out and you're trying to pair them off to clear the board, but you can't pair off particular tiles that are in particular positions. But the other form that a lot of people aren't familiar with is a gambling form, where you literally have the tiles stacked up in front of you, and there's certain rules. I don't know the rules to it, but in that form of Mahjong, you are literally gambling. So we kind of have a conflict of interest here in terms of this opening text and what we're actually faced with. But let's see where we end up. Well, at least the tile set doesn't look so bad. Except for these, blank ones. Why is there a P on them? Okay, interesting. I think we might actually have the gambling variant here, just judging by the rules that I'm seeing here. You know what? Let's just go into this. Oh, it immediately brings up licensing information. So, software distributed as shareware. Feel free to upload to shareware sites. Agree to register, etc., etc. So, ordering information. So this Barry Blowham wants how much? $10. Or no, wait, that's No, here we go. Registration fee is $29.95 US, plus $5 US for postage within Europe and $10 US for elsewhere. Apparently made in France. Going all over the planet with our games today. So, let's see what we have here. Yeah, this is definitely the gambling variety. Does it maximize? Oh. It actually does maximize. I was not expecting that. So far today, despite some of the failures that have been occurring, we've actually got games that are fairly decently programmed from the looks of it. Wow, look at all the options here. Okay, so this is... What? What just happened? Oh, quick tips. I must have accidentally clicked on that. Interesting. And there's setup for the game. So I'm apparently playing as the guy who made this, Barry. And there's also Elaine, Eric, and Gabby. So we can set tile movement times and everything. Oh, and you can even test the speed things are going to move at. Yeah, this looks pretty competently programmed. So again, a $30 piece of software that might actually be decent. Do you want to save this game? No, but that's a neat option to have. Okay, so now it's shuffling them out. So I should point out, I have no idea how to play the gambling variant of Mahjong, so this is going to go real badly for me. But in any case, okay, so it's telling me down here, your wind is north wind, and the wind of the round is east wind. Good luck. Yeah, I am absolutely going to need it. Lane has 13 tiles left on his or her stake. So I've got a green dragon here, I've got some wand, circles, bamboo. I've also got the flower plum blossom, and season of winter. So all I did was click, and stuff is immediately happening without me doing anything. Okay, so, stuff happened. So I guess I'm trying to make... I guess I might be trying to make, like, runs of symbols or something? So, like, I mean, if I did... No, that just starts trading it back around again. I'm really confused as to what's going on. Again, I have no idea what the rules of this are, and as you saw when I actually brought up the rules, there are a lot of rules. Like, a lot of rules. There's a reason why people generally don't play this version in Western culture. There's usually more the tile matching one, because the gambling one is a lot more complex. So yeah, like, I mean, I should be able to do like a 7, 8, 9, but like, how do I set that up? Because if I click on one of these, it's just going to trade it around. Oh, interesting. So right-clicking actually brings up a sort of mini menu. Yeah, because I'm not sure, like... Yeah, if I just click on something, it just trades it. So how do I actually, like... So I turned on the quick tips, just to get a better idea of maybe what I should be doing. It's telling me I should play the 9 of circles. I don't know why, but let's see what happens. Now it's telling me I should play the south wind? Really? Okay. Like, I don't understand if I'm, like, even able to play tiles or something. Like, it says every time something's going on, players are apparently discarding tiles. Okay, that P symbol's supposed to be a white dragon, so I'm guessing it's like a missing picture file or something. Oh. Looks like the round just ended. All the tiles have been played and nobody has gone Mahjong. So yeah, I'm really not sure what's been, how this works. Okay, so it looks like Elaine just won. So apparently the scores adjusted in this manner. I mean, the funny thing is that I'm still in second place, but I have absolutely no idea why. So yeah, that was, Mahjong for Windows. This is, this is very complex software. Well, I shouldn't say complex. It's like, the game itself is complex. And it's neat that this Windows program, it does seem to be replicating how this Mahjong game would normally work pretty well. At least I'm assuming it is. Again, the rules are so complex, I don't have a freaking clue what I'm doing. I'm just following the quick tips. But yeah, I guess if Mahjong, if you wanted to play like the gambling variant of Mahjong in a computerized form, this would be as good a version as any. And the fact that it actually looks fine, that one particular symbol's missing for whatever reason. But yeah, it seems to work okay. So if I had a better idea of how to play this, I could more properly gauge if it was worth $30. But then again, this is another piece of software that's going to appeal to a very specific demographic. So if that's your thing, well, here you go. And just to add insult to injury, Matthew Belshin also had their own failed dig. DOSGAMES /sports /NFLPLSHT? What? Oh, NFLPLSHT. That's what it stands for. I'm just putting in numbers. 1 and 1, 1 and 5, 1 and 2, 2 and 5. Print form for the week? Is that going to actually, like... Oh. It literally wants to print stuff. Yeah, that's going to go about as well as expected. And it crashed DOSBox. Oh boy. So, I guess that's another failed dig. How many of these are we going to have today? Oh, this recording has been going so long that I've actually got to redo the noise removal now. So to finish off this week of total failure, we're gonna have DOSGAMES /arcade /ELECBODY dug up by Matthew Belshin, and even though this is a game covered on ADG, there's a very good reason to return to this. So because I've technically already covered Electro Man and Electro Body on Ancient DOS Games, there's a pretty high chance this will fail. But at the same time, I do recall that I was looking at the more recent Electro Man release. But if this is the original Electro Body release, then there's actually some interesting differences which might be worth looking into here. Also, this is not in English. Well, the game has virtually no text to it anyways. Also Hercules support, wow. So VGA and Sound Blaster, okay. So just hit enter and EB. There we go. So excellent, computer games, and now we're getting to the words I can't pronounce. Well, that's the original Electro Body logo, as opposed to the Electro Man logo. I find it interesting that it's sort of not taking up the whole screen. There's like a sort of border at the edge there. I'm seeing that in the window, too. So how do we start? Oh, spacebar. Yep, these are definitely the original graphics. We got the cross on the beacon there. Yeah, because you'll recall when I covered Electro Man over on Ancient DOS Games, this area here definitely had a very different look to it. It was more of a blue sort of area. Didn't have these question marks, but these question marks are basically the same kind of blocks. So it's almost basically like a reskin of what I looked at on Ancient DOS Games. Oh, well, that's a dead end. There have been an insane number of trains tonight. It's been making it really difficult to record this episode, amongst all the failed digs as well and everything. This has been getting kinda ridiculous. So at this point, I don't care anymore. I need to get this video made. So if you guys are hearing trains in the background, screw it. But yeah, so far this is definitely the older graphics of Electro Body compared to Electro Man. Although I have to wonder why they went through the trouble of redoing all the graphics. Like, I mean, I know the Electro Man graphics are a bit higher fidelity in a sense, but well, there's nothing wrong with this. I guess maybe Epic Mega Games wanted them improved or something. I don't know. Now, there is one other curiosity here. If I'm recalling correctly, Electro Body had a sort of spot that you could get stuck in that was removed from Electro Man. I could be mistaken about that. But I remember in the past, as a kid, playing the shareware version of Electro Body and getting stuck. Like, legitimately stuck, unable to do anything. So, I don't know. Well, so far it's playing pretty much as you would expect. Like, I mean, the original Electro Body is pretty much the same game as Electro Man. It's just Electro Man has different graphics to it. Although this is presumably the shareware version, which means I don't know if it actually has the full game to it. Like, there might be different level, like, there might be a point where the game's like, nope, you can't go any further. But then I don't know. So now here's a big change. You guys remember in Electro Man, if you touch one of these beacons, you'll hear this really weird sound effect and see a sort of upside down cross. Well, the funny thing is that listen to what it says. Listen to what happens if I actually touch this.
Jesus is here!
Yeah, and that's why there's a cross symbol on it. The idea being that if you die, you're being resurrected by these beacons. But Epic Mega Games is like, nah, we kind of want you to change that for religious sensitivity reasons. And so because of that, we now instead have the, well, upside down crosses with the inverted sound effect instead. So it's almost like Epic Mega Games in their attempts to get religious sensitivity going, ended up doing the exact opposite. Which I just find hilarious. I'm pretty sure this teleport pad is a trap. Especially with that arrow there, so I'm not going to take it. Yeah, as you can see from the graphics, they're very different compared to Electro Man. Although the layout is pretty much the same. I haven't really seen anything that would suggest that they actually did any major changes to the level design. I'm kind of curious to see where this shareware version ends. But at the same time, I don't want this dig to go on forever, right? Okay, now the tricky part. Do I jump over this thing or just get down at the right moment and shoot? There we go. Actually, can we even jump that? No, we can't. So this is actually going a little further than I remember. Although I do remember the levels in this game are kind of big. Though I'm thinking we're getting near the end. Man, how big was this level? We've already got a checkpoint again, and another teleport right here, which just goes back up here. Well, that was useless. Okay, there's some weapon energy. That's what I was looking for. Because I went down here and ended up with robots after me and then got killed, so now I can fight my way again. I still find it kind of weird in this game how you actually lose your weapon energy whenever you use one of the beacons. Okay, then. So there is apparently no way out of this pit that I just entered. So I think that's what I was thinking of. From when I originally played this game as a kid, is I ended up getting to that point, and then wondering where you're supposed to go. When really, all you're really supposed to do is not jump down here. Whoops. Part of the other reason why I'm playing through this first level too is just because of the way the rest of this video is gone, has just been so ridiculous. I just want to sort of detox with a game that's actually decent, even if it can get really hard in the later parts, but this is supposedly going to be just the shareware version, so we're not going to get to see the later parts anyways. So I just want to see, does the shareware version end after the first level, or is there more to it? Let's find out. Oh, we can't go back that way. We actually have to go across the top path. Whoops. All we have to do is walk to the left, and we beat the first level. But the question is it the only level in the shareware version, or is there more? Oh, this is different. Okay. Is that like a scoring of what I destroyed right there? And then we got FKP EU teleports? Huh? This was not in the full version. Is this like some sort of after credits sequence or something? I don't know. Whoops. If I attempt to transport up the F1, I get destroyed. Okay. What about the K1? Nope, that destroys me too if I try to use it. I was not expecting this at the slightest. Because this is not the second level of the actual game. This is something different. I don't know. Oh. We have to be careful. This is an emergency area. I just took the O that was there and ended up in a totally different level. I think this is the actual second level of the game. So it looks like this shareware maybe version has more than just the first level? Interesting. I guess this is something I'd have to look more into, because, like, I mean, like, is this the full game, or is this... Wow, this is very confusing now. Let me see if I can get back to DOS. I'm pretty sure escape just quits you out to the... Yeah, it just quits you out to the main menu. Oh, F10 is the quit key. So there's a bunch of data files. There's no README, there's no file ID. I don't know. Well, if anybody has any idea whether this is like a shareware version or a freeware version that came before the Epic Mega Games release, like, I don't know. If any of you guys have any idea, feel free to let me know in the comments. And this is definitely a much better note to end the video on than everything that happened before now. So, yeah. Some good gaming to end everything. There you go.